Oh man, listen. I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister. Let me ask you a question. You work at a job, or you've worked at a job where most jobs have managers. And imagine, especially with some of your coworkers, imagine what that job would be like if there was no managers there. Imagine if there was no managers on your job. Would people behave? Nah, man, not some of your coworkers. They'd be all over the place. There'll be some of them be hiding, a lot of them be doing their job, a lot of things wouldn't get done. It'll be chaos. Why? Because there's no managers. Well, guess what? That's what your time is like when you don't manage it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about managing time. So listen, you want to stay tuned in. We're about to get into it. But before we get into it, listen, I want you to share this video. Hit the share button. Tag somebody in the comment section because this is going to bless somebody's life. This is the time value series. We did number one video already, uh, yeah, which we talked about the significance of time. So it's three concentrations of the time value series. It's a three-part video series. The first one is significance of time. We talked about that in the last video, so make sure you go check that out. Today, we're going to talk about scheduling of time. And then that's the third one, which is the time developed systems. Time developed systems. Today, we're going to talk about scheduling of time. This is the year of time value. This is the time and on time message that's going to be whenever you come across it. You're not here by accident. Whether somebody shared this video with you, you saw it on Facebook, you saw it on YouTube, you came across this video some kind of way. I don't care what year it is that you're watching this video, because you may not be on the live, you may be watching the replay. This message is for you right now. And this is the year of time. Write in the comment section, time, T-I-M-E. And we're about to get into it. We're talking about the scheduling of time. See, two of your greatest assets that I believe is your time and your mind. Time is way more valuable than money because you can get more money, but you can't get more time. Your two greatest assets, your time and your mind. And I like to say it like this: use your time to develop your mind. Use your time to develop your mind. If you don't use your time to develop your mind, by default, you're training your mind to waste time. And wasting time is something that you don't want to do because you're running out of it. I don't care if you live to 120, you're still running out of time. All right? Plan, dream, visualize as if you all have all the time in the world. But execute, pursue, take action as if you're running out of time. We talked about that on the last video. Most definitely go check that out. Listen, if you haven't seen the last video, that don't mean you can't watch this one. You can still watch this one and then go back and watch that one later. All right. Look at this quote right here. It says, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. I like this quote here. It says, we got to make a decision, because you've heard the quote, you heard people say before, oh, we all have the same 24 hours. And we do. But the difference in people is what they do with those 24 hours. And of course, you can't count all the 24 hours. Of course, you're gonna have to sleep. You're gonna have to take a bath. You're gonna have to eat. You gotta use the bathroom. You follow what I'm saying? But a good portion of that day, I don't care if it's just 4 hours. What are you doing with the time that you have? A friend of mine told me one time, she said, you'll never find the time. You have to make the time. It kept seeming like I was too busy to get things done. She said, you'll never find the time. You got to make the time. And that's true. But guess what? Even once you make the time, you will have to decide what you want to do with that time that you made available. And that's what we're about to talk about today. Look at this by John Maxwell. John Maxwell says, each day is an unrepeatable miracle. Today will never happen again. So we must make it count. Listen, you need to give 100% today. So you think that if you give 70% today, you can make up for it tomorrow. No, you can only do 100% tomorrow. You can't do 130 to make up for the minus 30 you missed today. Are you following me? I hope that makes sense. Give your 100% today. Today is an unrepeatable miracle. Once the day is gone, it's gone. And if you wasted today, that's it. Today will never happen again. So guess what? You're going to have to make it count. Make today count. Write that in the comment section. Make today count. Whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching the replay, write in the comment section. Make today count. And that's the question you're going to have to ask yourself every day is how can I make today count? I don't care if you need to write it on a flashcard. I don't care if you need to put it on a sticky note and stick it on the mirror somewhere where you see it every day. Maybe you need to get your phone and set or an alert on your phone that'll flash before you every day that says, how will I make today count? Because you don't want to waste no more days. You wasted enough time already. Now's the time. Now is the time to make today count. And one of the ways you're going to make today count is by managing your time. You must learn to manage your time. Like we said in the beginning of this video, if you're on a job and there's no managers, employees just doing what they want to do, just going with just out of control. And that's what your time is like because you haven't been managing it. Your seconds, your minutes, your hours, just been doing what they want to do, just all over here on TikTok, just all over here on Netflix, just wasting time, sleeping, just wasting time because you haven't managed it. You haven't given time an assignment. You haven't given your minutes an assignment. You haven't given your seconds, your hours. You haven't given your time an assignment. And the best way to do that is to create a schedule, a daily schedule for yourself. That's why, well, where did I put it? I don't know. Oh, here. In the beginning of this video, you might have saw me holding this. This is a planner I have. You need to get one. Or go online and get a Google Calendar. We have all types of tools now, right? To schedule, to create a schedule. What do I mean by schedule? Let me put the definition up here when I'm talking about. A schedule is a procedural plan that indicates the time and sequence of each operation. See, it sounds like almost like a job, right? Like a manager. To appoint, assign, or designate for a fixed time. Got it? So when you write out a schedule, you're going to write an itinerary for your day. And this is going to change your life once you do it. This is going to help you to be more productive when you do it. Because you're creating a plan. You're giving each hour an assignment rather than it being all over the place, not knowing where it's at, not knowing where your time went, right? You created a schedule to make each time accountable for you, an itinerary for your life. Listen, if you don't plan your day, the world will plan it for you. Chew on that for a minute. I'm going to say it again. If you don't plan your day, the world will plan it for you. I remember I had a friend one time who was working an 8-hour job and he got laid off. And when he got laid off, I told him, I said, listen, you now have an increase of time. You have now increased your time by 8 hours. I said, if you don't plan for your increase, the world will plan it for you. If you don't fill in that void, the world is going to fill it up for you. And sure enough, time went by. He was just as busy when he was unemployed than he was when he had the job, not knowing where the time went. Well, what happened? You didn't plan for that increase of time. You didn't make a plan for your day. And now the world has filled in the slots for it. You've seen it before. You've seen the same thing happen with money. You know, you may have had a job making $20,000 a year. I'm just using this as an example. and you felt like you was barely making ends meet, but then you got a raise or you got a better job, and now you're making 30,000 a year, and all of a sudden it seemed like you're right back at the spot of barely making it. What happened? Well, what happened was you had an increase of $10,000 a year, but you didn't make a plan for that increase, so the world filled it for you. The world filled your expenses for you. So now you was in that same situation that you was when you was making 20,000. Then now that you're making 30,000. Well, the same is with time. My friend said, if you don't find it, you'll never find the time. You must make the time. So once you make the time available, now you gotta fill it. I remember when I was working a job, going to college, doing all of this. And then once I started going to school and was just working a job, I was still just as busy. Well, what happened? Well, I didn't feel that time that I had what I was using for school. Once I was done with school, the world filled that time for it. So listen, you're going to have to plan your day. A schedule will turn wasted time into fixed time. A schedule is going to be your blessing. This tool is going to help you out. A schedule will turn wasted time into fixed time. I like this quote here by Stephen Covey. Am I saying it right? Covey? I don't know. Anyway, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. You know, sometimes people will say, I just want balance. Balance is mean everything gets an equal opportunity of time. I don't want you to worry about balance. I want you to be more concerned about priorities. I want you to learn how to prioritize, because see, time for me to, I like to watch Country Wayne on Facebook sometimes, right? Well, I wouldn't put that as a priority. I'm not gonna watch more Country Wayne than I do spending time with my wife. Are you following me? So you're gonna have to prioritize. What are the things that are most important to you? I'm not saying don't hang out. I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying not to even watch Netflix or go on do all these things. But I am saying you need to prioritize. Put that on the schedule. Your guilty pleasures. Put that on the schedule. Are you following me? So learn how to schedule your priorities. And so that's what's going to be on your list of things that you've been wanting to work on that you never seem to find time to work on. Oh man, you've been wanting to write that book, but you haven't prioritized putting it on the schedule of writing. Or you want to start that business, you haven't prioritized. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to schedule working on your website. You're going to have to schedule working on your health. You have to, are you following what I'm saying? So working on your books you need to be reading. There's books you need to be reading. Scheduling. You're going to need a schedule. Look at this quote here. If you don't schedule time to work on your success won't be on schedule. I like to play with words. If you don't schedule to work on your success, there's some dreams, some goals, some visions, some things you want to accomplish. But if you haven't scheduled time to work on it, to work on yourself, to work on becoming, your success won't be on schedule. Your success will be late if it comes at all. Look at the scripture here. Proverbs chapter 4, chapter 20, verse 4. That's the wrong. I put NCC. That's supposed to be a V at the end. New Century Version. That was an accident. But lazy farmers don't plow when they should. They expect a harvest, but there is none. See, everybody talks about success. Everybody talks about everybody desires great things. And they're looking for it. But they haven't plowed. They haven't sowed anything. They haven't done anything. And they're expecting a harvest, but there is none. Why? Because they haven't did the work. They haven't scheduled time to work on it. They haven't sown the seed. Can you plan to sow? Can you schedule to sow? Can you schedule to learn? Can you schedule to become? You're going to have to work on your schedule. You're going to have to work on your schedule. Here's the last quote. I ain't going to hold you long. Just wanted to drop some nuggets. Here's the last quote for the day. Listen. Oh, excuse me. Your success is behind schedule because you left scheduling behind. Chew on that for a minute. Your success is behind schedule because you've left scheduling behind. You want to get your life in order? Then you need to work on developing a schedule. Well, Billy, how do I go about writing this schedule? I don't care if you just get a notebook, paper, and write down from when you wake up 7 to 8, I'm gonna do this. 8, 9 to 10, I'm gonna do. There are other ways too. I'm about to show you. I got 2 resources that's gonna help you. All right. Right now, you can just start just by writing down, just counting every hour, just giving an assignment to every hour. But I do want to tell you about 2 resources to help you to get this time management thing down. This is a book here called The Time Management Solution. And this book is I thought was very good. Listen, I'm not getting no kind of affiliate commission by mentioning this book. This is just a book that I've read to help me with managing my time. And he has actually a couple other books too. He got a book called 30-Day Productivity Plan. I'm actually reading another book currently by him now called something about how to live a disciplined life. But this is the best one I've read so far. I got the ebook. You can go download the ebook. It's not expensive. I'm sure he has paperback copies too. But either way, write this down. Take a screenshot. This is a book that'll help you to start working on creating a schedule, a plan for your life. All right. And then the second resource I want to share with you. Hold on. Sorry. Where's it? Okay. It's my book, What of a Devil, Volume 2. I have a chapter in here called chapter 8 called What of a Devil, I'm Not Wasting My Time. If you're sick of wasting your time, if you're tired of just wondering where your time went, this is the time. I'm giving you tools. So get this book here. Listen, invest in yourself. Investing in knowledge pays the best interest. This is a book you want to get. That chapter alone is going to help you. I'm going to teach you this thing, this revelation God gave me years ago. A lot of people in my close circle know what I'm talking about. And revelation that changed my life for years called the shutdown. The shutdown for the showdown. And it's a necessary part that's going to help you filter out some things. It's going to help you see things clearly because you've been too busy. You've been so busy doing nothing. Some of you so busy, but you're not bringing about an effect. You're not creating a result. The shutdown is going to help you see things clearly. It's going to help you get your time in order. It's going to help you to manage your time. This chapter alone, now you got 12 chapters of other stuff in here. This is also known as the wisdom book. So you're going to get, so not only that, but you'll learn everything you need to know about wisdom. But right now we're focusing on time, and I got a chapter just for that. You can get the ebook or the paperback copy. The ebook is on Amazon Kindle, or you can get the paperback copy. Both of the links are on their website, whateverdevil.com. If you order the paperback copy, paperback copy, I'm gonna ship it out the next business day. I'm gonna autograph it, sign it for you. And also, it's a volume 2. So if you haven't read volume 1, it's okay. You don't have to read volume 1 in order to read volume 2. Go and get volume 2 right now, today. That's all you need. Whether you download the ebook or get the paperback copy and read that chapter, it's going to change your life. It's going to make a difference in your life. It's going to help you to get your time management in order. Now, if you just want to read volume 1, I encourage you to get both copies. I have what's called the What of a Devil book set. Just go on my website, you'll see the What of a Devil book set. I advise you to get both copies because in this chapter, there's a chapter on procrastination that helps you deal with time as well. Because a lot of you have been procrastinating and wasting time. Listen, there's one more video. This is a 3-part video series. This video number 2. If you haven't watched 1, go watch it. But stay tuned for video number 3 because I'm going to be talking about time-developed systems. Time Develop Systems. Listen, a lot of you are watching me right now on Facebook. I know some of you are on YouTube, but a lot I get more Facebook live watches or whatever. Listen, you don't want to miss the next teaching. All right. And a lot of people always say, they don't realize the reason I get more replays, I believe, on the Facebook is because a lot of them don't see when I go live because they not get notified. They say, why I didn't get notified? Listen, the best thing to do is come on over to my YouTube, youtube.com, Mr. Billy Miller, right there. You'll see me on there. Once you get to that website, to the YouTube, my page, hit the subscribe button. But don't just hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted whenever I go live. That way you won't miss these teachings. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far, the time value series. And like I said, stay tuned for number 2. Number 3, Time Develop Systems. So listen, we're about to watch this quick video. After this video, well, we're done, but after this video, you can go on about your day and get ready for the next video. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed. And always remember, the word is your life.